Greetings. This is the video for the Flute Sidekick, page 6, titled Left Hand. Left Hand. Alright? Both your hands have things to do on the flute, and there's a separate page for each hand. So you're on the one with the left hand, okay? Now, this is my left hand. That's your left hand on the opposite side of me, because you see when I turn around, now my left hand's over here, okay? Left hand. So make sure that everything you're learning to do is with your left hand on the page titled Left Hand, okay? So, flute. We have put the flute together. You now have the tone hole in the right place where those keys are. You now have the foot joint with the rod pointing at the bottom center. All is well so far. Now the left hand is the more complicated of the two hands, okay? Now both hands, their situation is they have to go where fingers are touching specific keys, okay? The fingers on a flute do not move side to side, okay? There's never a moment where your fingers press a separate key over a little bit, okay? They all just go to the right keys, and they go up and down depending on the note that you're playing, okay? So you never have to move your fingers once you're holding it correctly. So it's very important to hold it correctly. Now, first step, okay, on the okay. How about showing you this way? Nice and close. There we go. All right. On one side of the flute, you will see a big circle and a little key right next to it. Okay? This is near the bottom area of the flute. It's cylindrical, so it's kind of hard to call an area the bottom. So that's why I'm having a little trouble explaining this. It's easier in person, but we're going to make this work. Now, there's a big circle with a little key that goes over that circle, and a little key next to the circle that when you press it, the big circle goes up and down, but not this other key that's over the big circle. Okay? It's this key right here that you have to press. Okay? Just like you see in the picture in the book that says, don't press down this big circle key. Okay? That's what you don't press down. You press down this key right next to it. Okay? Now your thumb goes there. So it's got to be your left-hand thumb, the one over there. The left-hand thumb goes here. Okay? Don't go like that. Like that. Okay? So there's my head joint. And there's the thumb. Okay? So kind of like I'm aiming the tone hole down for the moment. And I'm putting my palm up, going forward, putting my thumb here. Okay? Now, on the other side, you see there's a couple keys with a space there. Okay? Now, I'm going to roll that so those are kind of up and my fingers a little to the side, like so. Okay? So my thumb is still pressing that spot right there. Okay? And I'm like that. Now the first finger wraps around the flute and presses the second key. Okay? Don't press this first key, you press the second key. Like so. Okay? Then I skip the next key. So the key before and after the first finger are not where you put your finger ever, ever, ever. Okay? Always put it in the one in between. So you skip that one, and then your next two fingers come down. Okay? This key and this key. So your pointer finger has to be here, middle finger here, ring finger here, and this piece that sticks way out, that's because your pinky's smaller. Okay? So it sticks out so your pinky can get to it. Okay? We're almost never going to press this guy, at least not until like January or something. All right? So just keep your pinky around there. We will press it someday, but not for a long time. Okay? So your fingers never move side to side. Okay? They always skip the first key, go here, skip the second key, the key after that first finger, and then 2 fingers next to each other. Okay? So you have 2 fingers next to each other and 1 finger that's off by itself. Okay? Now, to me, it feels very much like if I were to take a pen with my left hand and hold the pen, okay, I've wrapped my finger around that pen, all right? Or if I were to hold a spoon for soup, okay, I wrap my hand around it like that, okay? So, thumb, not on this big circle key, the key next to it. All right. The flute kind of rests right there. If I was pointing out, it rests in between these 2 keys. My finger wraps around. I've skipped 1 key, put a finger, skipped another key, put 2 fingers, and my pinky's right here. Okay? It is very important to master that. Now, your hand is going to be wrapped around weird, okay? It's wrapped around, and then I'm bending back here so my thumb can come up and press there. The mistake most of my students make is they either go like this, which will make it impossible to hold the flute when you don't have your thumb down, okay? And sometimes you have your thumb down. So you don't have your thumb down. So you have to have your fingers wrapped around so you're not pressing that thumb. Okay? So you're going to have to bend your hand a little bit weird. Not like this. It's got to be like this. So all your fingers are curved that way. Okay? All your top fingers are curved and kind of pointing toward the foot joint. Sort of. A little bit off, but close. All right? And they can all move up and down to make the right notes. They never move. They just go up and back down depending on the note that you're going to be playing. Okay? And the other mistake students make is they move their hand side to side instead of keeping it right there in that spot. It should always be there in that spot. Okay? So, left hand. Make sure it's your left hand. All right? So if my face was near this tone hole, my foot joint would be pointing to my right. Your right's that way. Okay? So, that direction. Okay? All right. I'll teach you what to do with this hand on the next page, but the left hand has to be the one going like this, and it does have to be curved like this. Okay? Use those pictures. Practice putting your hand in the right place. Don't worry about trying to make the sound yet. Worry about making the sound on the head joint by itself with your finger in it, like we talked about in the last page. But for practicing just holding the flute, you can just practice putting your fingers in the right place and trying to make your hand look like my picture. May the force be with you.